Picture this. You're a husband, walking into your own home, thinking you're about to catch your wife binge-watching Grey's Anatomy. But just as you reach the bedroom door, you hear it. Loud moans. Your wife, fully living in the moment. Heart pounding, you bust inside in a full rage, only to be hit with devastation. You found your wife having sex, but with your own son. Yeah, just like something out of Brazzers. Except this ain't a script, this was real life. Forget MILF Manor, forget Lisa Ann, forget American Pie. This scandal starred Alexis Von Yates, a registered nurse who clearly skipped the do no harm part of her oath. So buckle up, grab your snacks, because this story isn't just messy. It's like Pornhub met Jerry Springer, had a baby, and that baby immediately called CPS. So who was Alexis Von Yates? On paper, she was a nurse, a caretaker, a woman trusted with people's health. But behind the scrubs, she was a ticking time bomb of bad decisions. Neighbors said she was loud, flirty, loved attention. Her husband thought he'd married a partner, someone to help raise his son. Instead, Alexis decided her stepmom duties included starring in the world's worst stepmom fantasy gone wrong. And yes, you heard that right, she actually lost her nursing license over this. Because when you're caught sleeping with your stepson, the medical board tends to say, yeah, maybe you're not fit to hand out flu shots anymore. Now, let's talk about the other two people in this twisted love triangle. Dad and his boy. The father? By all accounts, a hard-working man, blue-collar type. The kind of dad who'd spend his Saturdays fixing the car, grilling burgers, and trying to keep his family afloat. He thought he'd finally found stability with Alexis, a wife to help run the home, a stepmom to guide his son. What he didn't know was that Alexis was guiding his boy straight into disaster. And the son? Just a 15-year-old teenager, awkward, hormonal, figuring out life one bad haircut at a time. He wasn't some smooth operator. He was a kid, spending the summer with dad, probably expecting pool days, video games, and maybe sneaking a couple beers when no one was looking. Instead, he got a stepmom resembling Lisa Ann, not treating him like a son, but like a secret boyfriend. And when a teenage boy gets validation and attention from an older woman, let's be real, it feels exciting at first. But it's not a fantasy. It's manipulation, it's exploitation. On the night of the alleged incident, she reportedly put her two children to bed and then hung out with her 15-year-old stepson in the living room, according to court documents. The pair reportedly smoked a THC vape, a chemical found in marijuana plants, and played video games together and watched movies. But at around 1 a.m., Alexis turned on a horror movie and then is alleged to have seduced the boy, declaring the movie was boring and saying how horny she was, the Post reported. In statements given to police, the boy claimed she told him she was sexually frustrated because she had not had SEG in 2 weeks and she was on her period. They cuddled before she aimed to taste the meat down. At this point, it is claimed she allegedly told the boy, "I wish you were 18 because you're not old enough." Then Alexis kicked off her panties before spreading her legs wide open, according to the affidavit. About this time, Frank came home from work and is alleged to have discovered his wife and son on the couch, completely naked. Imagine coming home, expecting to see your wife prepping dinner, and instead you walk into a scene that looks like the bargain bin version of a Brazzers shoot. Frank walking in and shouting, "What the f*** is going on?" Well, they did not stop. Passionately, aggressively, minding their own businesses. In rage, he then began throwing objects before naming Alexis a and accusing her of being a child predator. The 15-year-old ran out of the house, but Alexis was claiming that the boy was exactly looking like younger version of him when he was younger. Well, women somehow always comes with some excuse when caught. These are not any made-up words. These are her statement, by the way, according to the original affidavit. Still, not too good of an excuse to f*** her stepson. When the news broke, social media went wild. Some people were disgusted, others couldn't stop cracking jokes. One tweet read, "This ain't Pornhub Premium, this is Florida, baby." Another said, "Lady, your kid's summer job was supposed to be mowing lawns, not starring in a felony case." But behind the jokes was real outrage. Alexis wasn't just some random woman. She was a nurse, someone who knew better, someone who had pledged to protect people, not prey on them. In court, prosecutors revealed that the victim's family supported a plea deal to spare the boy from having to relive his trauma on the stand. As seen on court TV, the prosecutors said it was justice for them for this counteroffer to be accepted. Think about that. This wasn't about headlines anymore. This wasn't about memes. This was about protecting a kid who'd been manipulated by the very person meant to guide him. The husband, heartbroken. The family, shattered. The boy, left with scars that no amount of therapy will ever fully erase. And Alexis, stripped of her license, her freedom, her marriage, and her dignity. Here's the thing. Alexis thought she was living out some forbidden romance novel. In reality, she was starring in the Florida version of Maury Povich. This wasn't passion, this wasn't love, this was reckless, selfish, and criminal. And honestly, if your family drama makes court TV look like daytime cartoons, you know you've crossed a line so hard it's never getting uncrossed. So, what do we take away from this? Boundaries matter, families are sacred, and when you cross those lines, you don't just play with fire, you burn everything down with it. Alexis Von Yates thought she was chasing thrill. What she got was arrest records, court dates, and a lifetime as a cautionary tale. As we say here at Crime Crossroads, some roads should never be taken. And this one should have been a dead end from the start. Stay safe, make smart choices, and for the love of all that's holy, keep your family drama off court TV.